Okay, good evening to everyone. So it is March 7th. It's 8 o'clock. Just going to do a quick test to see how we sound, and then we're going to start the stream. How's it going, Asim?
Good, good. How's everything with you?
Can't complain. Can't complain.
Is it good?
Sounds good. Yeah, it sounds good. Okay, cool. I think we'll start. So once again, March 7th, it is 8 o'clock. We started a little bit late today because it's Ramadan. We fast for Ramadan, so we had to start a little bit late. Open up the fast. Awesome. How's the last few weeks been for you?
It's been tough. The market is tough. Everything is tough. I was going to Mexico. They canceled my flight. I had to stay in Canada then. How was your trip?
It was okay. I was gone for about 6 days. My wife is from Morocco, so she was there to see her family, and then I went down and spent a few days there, just to get away from, everything here, the cold, the winter. So, but nothing has really changed. I think we last time we went live was 3 weeks ago,
Yeah,
around 3 weeks
yeah,
ago,
yeah.
right? So nothing has really changed since then. Like it's we've been working, we've been grinding. The last few weeks, like I was away, Asim was away. We didn't have a chance to do the live, so we're happy to be back here on Friday to discuss what's going on in not only in the real estate market but in the world right now. There's a lot of craziness going on politically in our country and on the border, underneath the border. So we're gonna start the stream today. We're gonna talk about the market report for February.
Before you go to the market report, tell
Yes.
people about the warmer places. Canadians are very keen of the warmer places, and Morocco, I believe it's. How's the weather there?
Morocco is beautiful.
Uh-huh.
Honestly, if anyone has a chance to visit, yeah, like Morocco has many cities.
Uh-huh.
So the main city that everyone I think is very familiar or they've heard about is Marrakesh. So we didn't go to Marrakesh this time. We went to Marrakesh the last time we were there in August. It's
Uh-huh.
very beautiful. And this time we actually went to Fez. So
Mm.
Fez is a historical city in Morocco. It's one of the oldest cities there. It used to be the capital of Morocco. And believe it or not, it actually has the oldest university in the world in
Mm.
Fez.
Mm.
So very, very beautiful city. My wife is from Casablanca,
Mm.
which is right on the ocean. So like Morocco is huge. It's a really
Mm.
big country, but there's so many beautiful cities from Rabat to which is the capital of Morocco, Rabat.
Mhm.
Then there's Casablanca, Marrakesh, Fez. We didn't have a chance to do Chef Chuen. We really wanted to do Chef Chuen, which is the blue city.
Uh-huh.
So maybe in our next trip. But when we were there, we were actually looking at real estate in Morocco. And if you look at Morocco on a map, it's right on the Atlantic Ocean. Like it's just like that whole coastline from Casablanca all the way to Rabat. It crosses along the Atlantic. And they were selling beautiful apartments there, right in Casablanca
Mm.
for like not right in Casablanca, but about 30 minutes from the downtown core of
Mm.
Casablanca for like $200,000
Mm.
Canadian.
Mm.
You put down 30% and then you just wait for a year, year and a half, and then on closing you pay the remaining amount.
Okay.
So
The
it's
concept
cheap.
of mortgage is there as well or no?
Um, I, I, they do have the concept of loans and mortgages, but it's kind of similar to Dubai where people I think pay in cash.
Mhm.
But obviously, if you're like in the heart of say Casablanca or the heart of Marrakesh, which is 3 hours in the other direction, if you're in the heart of those cities, real estate is expensive, like anywhere in the world. If you're right in the core, but slightly outside, it's really cheap. It's
And in
really
terms of quality of life, how it is?
Morocco, good question. So I would say Morocco, I mean, it's a developing country.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like it's not like Canada or US or France, like these countries where, they are fully developed countries. We have access to certain, benefits as Canadians that, like we have certain benefits being in this country that Moroccan citizens may not have in their country, but at the same time, the cost of living is cheap there.
Mm.
They have beautiful weather year round. What else do they have? The safety. I feel like the safety there is more than Canada. Canada, there's so much crime happening now. So there's a lot of beautiful points to being in Morocco. It is a developing country, but yeah, I mean, we went out for a dinner to a really high end restaurant. My bill was like $50 Canadian,
Ah.
and it was like we had pastas, we had so many different things. So in Canada now, if you're going out with a couple, like if you're going out with your girlfriend or your wife, the bill is minimum $100 if you're going to a fancy restaurant like the Keg or I don't know, like any nice restaurant. So cost of living here is really high. Cost of living there is not that high. And there are a lot of Canadians that have moved there to Morocco actually.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. There's a good amount. Just I mean, just like Dubai. Dubai is more expensive, obviously, but yeah, there's a lot of people that are starting to move outside of Canada, and Morocco is a really big destination there. Yeah.
That is interesting. That is
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah. So, but enough of Morocco. We'll get back to Canada and talk about the Canadian market.
Yeah. How's the
And
market behaving here?
the market here is very challenging. It's very challenging. Obviously, we're not like we're in Toronto. Canada is a huge country, but I think across Canada, people are feeling it. In Toronto, in the GTA, the Greater Toronto Area, the last month, the numbers just came out, which we're gonna go over, but the numbers are down. So the numbers are roughly down 28% from February 2024. Listings are steady, and but the sales are down, and yeah, I mean the prices are also down. If you're looking at the prices, actually, I'm gonna pull it up on the chart here so we can share the screen. We'll touch upon the market report first, and then we're gonna get into the tariffs and all the other stuff going
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
So just to go over again in the GTA, I'm just going to read this paragraph for you guys. So home buyers continue to benefit from substantial choice in the Greater Toronto Area. That is very true for buyers that are looking to get into the market. There's tons of opportunity out there right now. There's tons of deals both in the pre-construction and the resale. But on top of lingering affordability concerns, home buyers have become less confident in the economy. Uncertainty about the trade relationship with the United States has likely prompted some households to take a wait and see attitude towards buying a home. We've noticed that a lot. We've noticed that talking with clients. Even just now, I had a meeting for tomorrow, 10 o'clock in the morning, and I just told Asim that she just called me saying, you know what, we're going to put it on hold. We're not going to make a move right now. There's too much uncertainty going on. So that is a common thing that I'm experiencing. I don't know about you, Asim, but
Yeah, it's the same. It's uncertainty, and people are not pulling the trigger.
yeah,
What I've noticed, we have a lot of clients, right? And
Yeah.
they were waiting the interest rates to go down, and now
Yeah.
the interest rates are going down,
yeah,
and they will go more down, right? But
they
still,
will.
people are scared because of the tariffs,
Yeah.
uncertainty.
Yeah.
I don't know, like things are going to be really tough if the tariffs goes up, right?
Goes up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just going back to the market report, so basically 4,037 home sales through Chubb's MLS system in February 2025. So this month there was 4,037 home sales reported. That is down by 27.4% from February 2024. In February 2024, there was 5,562 home sales. New listings in the MLS system are up by 5.4% year over year to 12,066. So that's quite flat, I would say. And on a seasonally adjusted basis, February sales, yeah, they're down. And the prices are also down. The average selling price, 1,084,547,000. So 1,084,547, sorry, was down 2.2% compared to February 2024. So the prices in February 2024 was 1,109,450. So prices are down, sales are down, and with the Ontario, I'm just gonna read this last paragraph here. So with the Ontario provincial election just behind us and the federal political situation in flux, there is a lot to consider from a policy perspective when it comes to housing. Not only do existing policymakers and those vying for a high public office need to make clear their direction on housing supply and affordability, but they also need to be clear on how they intend to tackle issues related to trade and the economy. Clear direction will go a long way to strengthen consumer confidence. So, like Asim was mentioning, the interest rates have been going down, but I think politically what's going on and overall what we're getting and what I'm getting is that people still feel like the prices are high, but I think it's the tariffs and the political instability, right, Asim?
Yeah, but the price, I believe they are not going to go down. The prices are going to stay. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
even though the U.S. tariffs doesn't impact us, right? The
Mhm.
material prices are still high,
Mm-hmm.
and the cost of construction is not going to go down, right?
Right.
Drastically.
Right.
So the prices, they are going to stay around the same,
Yeah.
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 And but still, for the buyers, there are opportunities, but they're still reluctant to go into the market and buy the homes. And first time home buyers, they are looking into get into the market,
Mhm.
but now the tariffs, they are not sure what to do.
Mhm.
That is
Yeah.
that's how I see the market.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, the uncertainty is definitely there, but I mean, definitely there are good opportunities. We're seeing a lot of clients. Another issue is, we're seeing with clients is that they're not able to close. People that booked in 2021,
Mm.
they're having issues with the mortgage, the appraisals. So that has opened up supply to distress sales.
Mm.
And we are seeing distress sales in the market. So, for any savvy investor or buyer, I had someone that called me 2 days ago that's in Florida, and they're saying, hey, you know what? Like, I need to buy something for my son. He's there in Canada. So he was interested in one of the distress sales that I was promoting to my email database. So he was saying, you know what? I'm going to wait maybe another month or 2 months because I want to see if the prices are going to go a little bit lower. To your point, you're saying the prices you don't see are going to go lower. And
With the properties in 2021 and 2022, people who purchased, the investor who purchased the property at that time,
yeah,
they are not able to close, and
yeah,
plus they purchase on a higher price,
yeah, yeah,
and now the appraisals are not coming on the par,
on the par,
and
yeah,
that is the problem, right?
yeah,
And most of the people, they're letting the property go or letting the deposit go,
mm-hmm,
and sometimes they're signing the mutual release with the builder,
yeah,
so the builder doesn't come after them.
yeah,
But the market is not very great when it comes to the real estate.
yeah,
And I believe in all the other aspects of the
yeah,
economy,
yeah.
market is like down, very down.
Yeah, well, to your point, because now with these tariffs in place, I know that they've put tariffs on goods, and then it's a back and forth. Like, I mean, we saw yesterday now, Trump is saying they're going to pause the tariffs, but if these tariffs are there and it does increase the cost of goods such as lumber and aluminum and all these things, like material cost is going to go up, right? And that's gonna in turn make the home prices or make the cost of homes go up.
Mm.
So that is a concern that for the builders, like their profit margins are shrinking.
Mm.
So what incentive is it going to give for builders to keep building houses if they're not going to be making the profit margins that they think are fair?
Mm.
So to your point, you're saying that you don't think the prices are going to go down, and I agree with you that they might fluctuate a little bit further down, but I don't think they're going to drop by $300,000-$400,000 because
Mm.
what's going to be left for the builders? There's not going to be any incentive from the builders to build.
And there are a lot of projects they cancelled. They're not
Yeah,
building it anymore,
yeah,
and they're
and on
returning.
hold, and on hold.
Yeah, yeah. And sometimes they're returning the deposits
Yeah,
because they are not able to,
yeah,
complete it.
yeah,
And because the material prices are so high, the profit margins are so down.
yeah, yeah.
They are not. There's nothing for the builders right now.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And I think that's the thing, right? It's a push and pull game because the other thing now is that people are going to turn to the government and say eliminate the red tape, eliminate the taxes, the GST that's on the sale of the homes. Like that's what Pierre Poilievre has been campaigning for, is to get rid of taxes on the homes. So I think there's going to be some pushback now. Like with our Trump report, what they're also saying is that government needs to figure out what's going on here. There's no government in place. There's no one leading the country right now. Trudeau is a lame duck prime minister. I think the U.S. sees that. I think Trump sees that Canada's at a weak point right now, and that's why he's verbally saying all these things and putting these tariffs and saying 51st state, because he can sense weakness right now within our country, within our economy. I know we're strong as people, but we're very vulnerable right now. We have no leadership running the country right now. So I think, for sure there's going to be pressure on the government in the coming year, especially with these tariffs now in place, to see how this all plays out. And with the home prices the way they are, the economy here it's really in a bad shape, I think, right? So
That is true. The uncertainty again.
yeah,
Everyone is saying it's playing a major role right now.
yeah,
People are not sure what to do.
yeah, yeah,
And apart from the interest rates were going down, the Canadian government was focusing the growth in the economy.
mhm,
But now with the tariffs and everything, they again have to reduce the interest rate up to 1.5 or maybe 2%.
mhm,
Like similar what happened in the pandemic time, in the COVID time.
yeah, yeah,
But there are other factors which will impact, and the market will not go as crazy it was in 2021 and 2022.
yeah,
So the interest rate will come down, but market will not go significantly up.
Mm.
That's how I see the market.
So what effect, like, because right now the tariffs, they are in place on some goods. They're going back and forth on it. Trump's going back and forth on it. Now they're saying April 2nd there's going to be reciprocal tariffs, but the tariffs in place now, some of them are delayed. Like I know in automotive they've wiped them out for now. There's no tariffs for 1 month, I think. But what effect, like, we've already touched upon it while we were talking, but what effect do you see with these tariffs on the real estate market moving forward? Do you think that this uncertainty is going to continue to drag on in terms of the psychology of the buyers here in Canada if these tariffs are there? Like, do you
For
think
the short term, I believe for the short term, the things are not that great.
yeah,
As I mentioned before, the interest rate, the government has to reduce the interest rate.
yeah.
They have to go to that mode,
Yeah.
But they are confused between.
What is the bank rate at right now? Is it 3.5 or 3%?
Yeah, 3.25.
Okay,
Yeah.
3.25.
Yeah, it's going to go down further.
Yeah.
My prediction up to 2%
Mm-hmm.
minimum,
Mm-hmm.
or it may go up to 1.5% as well.
If the tariffs stay.
If the tariff stays,
Okay.
and they have to go to that, the growth mode again. I
Yeah.
believe similarly what happened in the COVID time.
Right. Right.
But the house price will not go as crazy it was in
Yeah.
2021.
Yeah.
This is how it's gonna happen. It's on the cards.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, but people are really confused what to do.
So I think for sure, like what we can get out of where we are right now in the real estate market, in the GTA real estate market, is that for first-time home buyers, it's a great opportunity to get in. It's a great opportunity to explore some options that are there, because with builders, they've dropped the price. The last few deals we've done, we've negotiated heavily with the builder to bring down the price. In the resale market, there is supply outstanding that's not moving. The buyers have the upper hand to really, push the seller on price point, closing date. There's flexibility on the closing date, even with the new builds. If the builder hasn't put the shovel in the ground yet, there's flexibility on that. So I think all in all, for the buyers, there's a lot of flexibility in the market right now to get in and make a move if they want to do that. And for us, we're planning to do events in the coming month. We're planning to do an event with a very prominent builder in Oakville. It's gonna be a site at Glen Abbey. We have very high-end products there that we're going to be selling. It's inventory houses, and we're going to be offering some amazing incentives. It's a really good opportunity for someone to own a really good property in Oakville with a closing date that's going to be far away, a flexible payment plan, and like I said, high-end finishes from one of the top builders in Canada. So we're going to be planning this event in the coming weeks. This is an Oakville project, and it might be a really good opportunity for someone that's looking to downsize or looking to move to Oakville to get in at a really good price. We are planning to do a few other events, including for the first-time home buyers. We want to do a seminar here at our office, break down the numbers for them, and at the same time, we're going to showcase a few different projects that we think are a really good fit for first-time home buyers, whether they're looking for a condo or they're looking for a low-rise. Some really good opportunities in the market. We're gonna put that together for the first-time home buyers an event. And then away from Canada, I know Asim is not as keen on this market as I am, and we don't work that heavily in it. It's just something we like to enjoy. But yeah, we're going to be doing an event for Dubai real estate. So for people that are just tired of Canada, that are tired of what's going on here, they want to go somewhere nice with good weather, we do work with a number of developers in Dubai, and we are going to be doing an event in the first week of April here at our Mississauga office, showcasing a number of developments in Dubai. Prices starting from the $200,000 Canadian price point for the apartments, for the one bedrooms, and we are going to have townhouses and villa options as well. So that is going to be something that's going to be we're going to be planning to do the first week of April. So we've gone over the market report very briefly, Asim, and we've gone over the tariffs. And what else do we want to talk about?
I want to ask you a question, right?
Yeah.
So, apart from the uncertainty, what are the other factors you think that people are not getting into the market right now?
What I see with people is that, what I've seen based on my experience working in real estate, because I've been working in this industry for the last 4 to 5 years, but I know there's realtors and my broker record's been doing this for 25 years. You know, so I get a lot of experience from him, but based on my own experience, what I have seen is that people are kind of like, not to be disrespectful, but they're kind of like sheeps. They follow this sheep mentality or this herd mentality that once the news starts showing positivity, once they start talking with people and people are buying, they all follow suit. You know, there's very few people that I see that, you know, get into the market when everything is blood. You know, like when everything is
Especially the first time home buyers,
yeah,
people who have the money, they want to get into the market,
yeah,
and they're just scared, right?
yeah.
They want, they're like again, like they're like sheeps, not to be
Not to be
disrespectful.
disrespectful,
Yeah,
but it is what it is.
it
Yeah,
is
this
what
is
it
the
is.
mentality.
And but there are some people, they have so high debts.
Hmm.
They have an issue with the affordability,
Hmm.
with the inflation, right? With the
Hmm.
other factors, so they cannot buy.
Yeah.
This is my observation, but yeah, some people, they have savings, they want to purchase, and
Yeah.
now they're scared.
No, if the ratios are not adding up for someone, then that's not. I don't want to classify them as being a sheep mentality. If they've run their numbers, if they're a first time home buyer and they want to buy a townhouse, but they're just looking at the numbers and it's not affordable for them, understandable. But for people that have money that are sitting on the sidelines, but they're just waiting for something, um, you know, they can keep waiting, but it's like a stock market. You cannot time the market. You know, like I said, if you're buying a stock, if the stock goes from 12 to 9 and you get in at 9, it's better. It's the stock goes from 12 to 8 and you get in at say 8 and then it goes down to 6, but then it goes back to 12. It's still better than getting in late, right? So I think, you know, there are opportunities for people, but if someone has a mentality that the market's not going to get better for another 2 years, the prices are going to keep dropping. If that's what's ingrained in their mind, that's what their intuition is saying to them, then of course, you know, they're not going to buy right now. But if anyone really is thinking about it and saying that, you know what, yeah, these tariffs, most likely they're going to be short lived, they're not going to carry on, the interest rate's going to continue to drop. Immigration numbers, yes, they've cut back on them, but people are still going to come to the country. The housing supply is still low. Condo supply is there, but housing supply is still low. Eventually, the leadership is going to come into place. Things are going to get better in 6 to 8 months. If someone really truly thinks that, then this is a great time to get in, because in the long run, the prices are most likely. I think they're going to go higher, most likely, right? I mean, this is my expectation.
The material prices are not going to go down, even though
Yeah.
the tariff doesn't impact us.
Yeah. Yeah.
US tariffs, I mean, even then the material is expensive in Canada.
Yeah.
And with the 25% tariffs, uh, you see where the market is going.
Yeah.
If the builder is building a house for $1 million right now,
Yeah.
it will be 1.25,
Yeah.
1 million
Yeah.
$250,000. That's
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
that's the selling price for the builder. That's
Yeah.
how it's going to impact.
Yeah. 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 So is there any update from what you've seen? Because you work more. I mean, you work a lot in low rise, but you work more heavily, I think, in the condo market than I do. So has there been any uptick in the condo market, or how has it been for the last
A
month?
lot of inventory,
Yeah.
and the condo market is really bad.
Yeah.
And but because most of the investors, they bought the condos,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of interest sitting. Most of the pre-cons, people are not able to close.
Mhm.
They are willing to let the deposit go,
Yeah.
and everyone is having a hard time. The builders are having hard times.
Mm.
The investors are having hard times.
Yeah.
But again, for the young people who wants to come into the market, they want to buy their first property. This is the time,
Yeah. Yep.
and that's a common sense. When no one is buying.
Yeah, exactly. It's just hard to change that mentality because when everyone's talking to everyone and everyone's saying, "Oh, this is how the market is. The market's bad. This and that." Then they just some of the first time home buyers, maybe they think that this is not a good time, but really it's a good time because this is when you're going to get in low. But it's hard to change that mentality, you know. Like I understand for the first time home buyers, especially it's your biggest purchase you're making, right? You're gonna tread a little bit carefully, but we have it.
The way I see the market, interest rates are going to come down,
Yeah.
and government will try to push the market a little up,
Mm-hmm.
and then the prices might go a little more up,
Yeah.
especially with the condos. They are
Yeah.
all time low,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
they have to go up.
Yeah.
They're-
The rents are low too.
rents are too low.
Yeah, the rents are dropping too. So yeah, because I have a friend that was saying, I'm gonna go live in downtown and experience the lifestyle. It's cheap now,
Yeah,
So
but average price was, I believe, $2,500, and now it's around $2,200. That's
Yeah.
how the difference.
Yeah,
The,
yeah, yeah, yeah. So okay, so we're at 35 minutes. Just wanted to again, just mention that we wanted to come see you guys and come back on the stream and just do a little bit of an update on the market from the last time we joined. The market is, it is what it is, but we're gonna keep working and keep updating you guys how things are going. We do have a number of assignment deals, like I mentioned, and distressed deals for anyone that's looking to buy in Oakville or Milton, because those are the main markets we work in, and Burlington. We have a few different developments coming up. We have a current ongoing developments with really good deals. So anyone can reach out to us. Our number is below 647-628-4025, or you can contact Asim.
yeah, my number is 647-617-4201. Reach out to us if you are first-time home buyers or you're looking to buy the distressed sale right now. This is the time to buy. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah.
I think we'll cut it, guys. So thanks for joining, everyone, and we'll see you guys hopefully next week.